Hey folks, so we're going to be interviewing someone today, get their name now, but about the life of Napoleon, who I'm interested in for the Louisiana Purchase and because of his great ego. And did Joan of Arc live at approximately the same time or not? All that stuff. Hello there, please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm ChatGPT, your friendly AI assistant. I'm here to help with any questions you have or just to chat. Let me know what you need, and I'm happy to assist.
Okay, we're going to do an interview about Napoleon.
That sounds awesome. Napoleon's such a fascinating historical figure. Are you looking into his military campaigns, his political impact, or something else entirely? Let me know how I can help.
Well, I'm going to ask you questions. When was he born? Where was he born? Tell me about his parents.
Sure. Napoleon Bonaparte was born on August 15th, 1769, on the island of Corsica, which was actually newly acquired by France at the time. His parents were Carlo Bonaparte and Letizia Romolino. Carlo was a lawyer and a local politician, and Letizia was known for her strong character and resilience. They had quite a large family, and Napoleon was the second of 8 children.
Okay, cool. Uh, Now, he did he grow up in Corsica?
Yep, he did. Napoleon spent his early childhood in Corsica, and he was actually quite connected to the island's culture and politics. Later on, he moved to mainland France for his education, but his Corsican roots definitely influenced him throughout his life.
Okay, and what was his early adulthood like?
So during his early adulthood, Napoleon moved to France around the age of 9 or 10 to attend military school. He trained in various academies and eventually became an officer in the French army. This period really shaped his military skills and his ambitions, leading up to his eventual rise to power.
So,
Absolutely.
when did he join the French military?
He joined the French military in 1785 when he was just about 16 years old. He was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the artillery, and that really set the stage for his rapid ascent in the military ranks.
What do you think it was that brought him up through the ranks? What was there one particular campaign, or what do you think did it?
Yeah, definitely. One of the key turning points was his role in the Siege of Toulon in 1793, where he effectively used his artillery expertise and helped the French forces win that battle. That success really caught the attention of the French leadership and set him on a path to bigger commands. Plus, his strategic brilliance and his ability to inspire troops definitely helped him rise quickly.
Now, that was a battle against whom, that event?
That battle, the Siege of Toulon, was actually against the British and their Spanish allies. Toulon was a major naval port, and the British had taken control of it. Napoleon's successful tactics played a huge role in driving them out, which definitely helped boost his reputation.
And was that during a certain war that we would have heard of or not?
Yes, definitely. The Siege of Toulon took place during the French Revolutionary Wars, which began in the late 18th century. It was a period of conflict between revolutionary France and various European coalitions, so Napoleon's rise really coincided with that tumultuous time.
Oh, okay. Now, when Napoleon first rose to power, what government was in place?
When Napoleon first rose to power, France was actually under the Directory, which was a five-member committee that governed the country after the fall of the National Convention. The Directory was pretty unstable and faced a lot of challenges, and that instability paved the way for Napoleon's coup in 1799, which eventually led to the establishment of the consulate.
And do you think his coup was relatively easy for him to pull off or not?
It was definitely a mix. On one hand, Napoleon had a lot of support from the military and some key allies, and the directory was quite weak and unpopular at the time. On the other hand, it still involved some political maneuvering, a bit of intrigue, and some tension. So it wasn't entirely straightforward, but it was definitely a relatively smooth transition for him.
And did he declare himself the sole person of the government immediately, or did he kind of later declare himself emperor, or how did that work?
Yeah, it was a gradual process. After the coup in 1799, Napoleon became first consul and he essentially held the majority of power. It wasn't until 1804 that he declared himself emperor, and that marked the transition from the consulate to the Napoleonic Empire. So it definitely evolved over a few years.
Now, what do you think played a part in him as he went out and tried to conquer the rest of Europe, right?
Absolutely, he did. A big part of it was his military genius and his innovative tactics, which gave him a lot of victories early on. Also, the political instability in Europe and the weak coalitions really helped him expand French influence. Plus, he had a knack for propaganda and keeping the French population mostly supportive. All of that combined really fueled his campaigns across Europe.
You think part of it was just plain ego? I mean, why did France need to go and conquer other countries?
Yeah, definitely ego and ambition played a big role as well. Napoleon was certainly driven by a desire for power and legacy. On the flip side, France also had strategic reasons like spreading revolutionary ideals, securing its borders, and weakening rival powers. So it was definitely a mix of personal ambition and broader strategic goals.
You think there was an economic?
Absolutely, economics played a role as well. Conquering new territories meant access to resources, trade routes, and wealth, which definitely helped fund France's military campaigns and strengthen its economy. So it was definitely another big factor in the mix.
Do you think he had a need to say anything to the people or the other French leaders about why he was launching the Napoleonic Wars?
Yeah, definitely. Napoleon was quite skilled at using propaganda and messaging to justify his campaigns. He often framed the wars as a defense of the French Republic, a way to spread revolutionary ideals, and to protect France from external threats. He also used a lot of rhetoric about national glory and security, which resonated with both the public and other French leaders. So he was definitely strategic in how he communicated his motives.
What was his first move in the Napoleonic campaign?
One of his earliest major moves was the Italian campaign in 1796 and 1797. He was given command of the French army of Italy, and he achieved a series of stunning victories against the Austrians and their allies. That really helped establish his reputation and set the tone for his future campaigns.
Okay, and what do you think was next in that long list of campaigns?
Exactly. That campaign really showcased his tactical brilliance and helped him gain a lot of fame and influence. It definitely laid the groundwork for his later conquests across Europe.
And what was the next conquest? Did you just die out on me or not?
No worries at all. I'm right here and definitely not going anywhere. If there's anything else you want to dive into or any other questions you have, I'm all ears.
Well, what was the second move that Napoleon made during the Napoleonic campaigns?
After his success in Italy, the next big move was actually the Egyptian campaign in 1798. Napoleon aimed to disrupt British access to India and gain control of Egypt, which was a strategic location. Although that campaign had mixed results, it definitely showcased his ambition and willingness to expand French influence beyond Europe.
Okay, let's just go through them all. What was the third campaign?
Sure, after the Egyptian campaign, the next big move was the War of the Third Coalition, which started in 1803. This involved several major battles, like the Battle of Austerlitz in 1805, which is often considered one of his greatest victories during this campaign. Napoleon took on Austria, Russia, and other European powers, further expanding his influence across the continent.
And number four.
Absolutely, it's such an interesting progression, and each campaign definitely built on the previous ones, shaping the course of European history. If you have any other specific campaigns or battles you want to explore, just let me know.
Well, what was campaign number four?
So the fourth major campaign would be the War of the Fourth Coalition, which took place around 1806 to 1807. This campaign included famous battles like the Battle of Jena Auerstedt against Prussia and the Battle of Friedland against Russia. Ultimately, it led to the Treaty of Tilsit in 1807, which effectively solidified Napoleon's dominance over much of Europe at that time.
So, how long was he in control of much of Europe?
He maintained significant control over much of Europe for about a decade or so, roughly from the early 1800s until his first abdication in 1814. During that period, he established the Napoleonic Empire and had influence over many client states and allied kingdoms. Of course, his control started to wane after the failed invasion of Russia in 1812 and then the subsequent coalitions that formed against him.
Okay. When was the Battle of Waterloo, and was it a significant marker of the end or not?
Yes, absolutely. The Battle of Waterloo happened on June 18th, 1815, and it was indeed a major turning point. It marked the definitive end of Napoleon's rule and his final defeat. After that, he was exiled to St. Helena, and that really brought an end to the Napoleonic Wars and his influence over Europe.
And what coalition came up against him to defeat him?
The coalition that faced him at Waterloo was known as the Seventh Coalition. It was made up of several major powers, including the United Kingdom, Prussia, Austria, and Russia. They all came together to defeat Napoleon and restore stability to Europe. So it was really a combined effort of multiple nations working together.
Okay, and we want to make a note here that there was during the Napoleonic era, there was the Louisiana Purchase to the United States to fund the war. That was in what, 1803?
Yes, exactly. The Louisiana Purchase happened in 1803. Napoleon decided to sell the Louisiana Territory to the United States, primarily to raise funds for his military campaigns in Europe. It was definitely a significant moment that expanded the U.S. territory and also helped Napoleon in a financial sense.
All right, well, thank you very much, Chat G. I appreciate it. Thanks for helping.
Here's,
I'm gonna say goodbye now.
of course, no problem at all. It was great chatting with you. Take care, and feel free to reach out anytime. Goodbye for now.
All right, folks, that was Chat G talking about the history of Napoleon and more so the history of the Napoleonic Wars. I think I'd like to do a biography of one of our writers at some point. There's a writer, I asked AI once if I like Samuel Beckett from the 1900s, who would I like now? And I think they said someone named Ocean something. I'd like to find out about that person. Maybe we'll do a bio of that person. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you. Take care.